In the previous class, we have discussed regarding what is dry weather flow and what is storm water flow or wet weather flow. Particularly in the last class, we have discussed regarding the storm water flow and the factors on what it depends on, and then along with the some of the formula that has been discussed in the last class. So storm water flow can be it depends on or it can be it depends on the various factors, that is catchment area, permeability of ground slope, rainfall intensity, rainfall duration. Okay, it can be expressed as q is equal to ka I into ri, where your q is nothing but the runoff or storm water flow, then k is constant, q is equal to runoff in meter cube per second, a is equal to catchment area in hectares, ai is impervious area, that is area multiplied by your impermeability factor, and ri is rainfall intensity. And if we q can be expressed also as q is equal to ai Ri divided by 360. The rational formula, it can be sometimes expressed as Q is equal to CRI into A, where C is equal to is nothing but the coefficient of runoff. And then if Q is expressed in terms of liter per second, A in hectare, and Ri in centimeter per hour, then Q or the discharge or the storm water flow can be represented as 28 AIRI. Okay, now in the last class till we have discussed till this. Now in today's class we will see regarding how this rational method is dependent on the other factor, and in order to solve the problem we need some of the some additional requirement in order to solve the problem. What are those that we are going to discuss now? Rational method, in order to determine the storm water flow or wet weather flow, we q is equal to 28 ai ri. This we have seen just now. Now it depends on the catchment area. Okay, what is the catchment area? Is nothing but the area where the rainfall is going to occur. Okay, so here it is going to have streets, houses, playgrounds, sewers, etc., etc., where the rainfall is going to occur. So here the catchment area and their impermeability factor is going to prove a very important when it comes to in order to determine the storm water flow. Now impermeability factor is nothing but the storm water flow depends upon the imperviousness of the area over which the rainfall is going to takes place. Now if the ground is relatively impervious, okay, if the ground is relatively impervious means it is not going to absorb the water inside it when the rainfall is going to occur or when the water is going to fall. The impervious is nothing but it is not going to absorb that water. Now pervious is nothing but it is going to absorb more quantity of water. If the ground is relatively impervious, more runoff takes place. That means if the ground is relatively impervious means it is not going to absorb water. Now it is not going to absorb the water. Where the water will flow? The water will flow above the surface. So if the ground is relatively impervious, more the runoff is going to takes place. Okay, the percentage of runoff is available in the form of runoff is we call it as an the impermeability coefficient, or we call it as a runoff coefficient or impermeability factors. Now if we see this particular table, we can understand how the impermeability factor is is there. Okay, now here one column is of surface, one column is the impermeability factor. First is watertight surface. Okay, the watertight surface, the impermeability factor is going to vary from 0.7 to 0.95. Then the pavement in good condition, it is the impermeability factor is 0.85 to 0.9. Now this 0.85 to 0.9, it represents that it is highly impervious in nature. I is nothing but the impermeability factor. Impermeability is nothing but which is not going to absorb the water inside it. So pavement which is having either a concrete or either a rigid or a flexible pavement, it is not going to absorb that much of water. So that is the reason why this impermeability factor is higher at the higher end. Now the gravel road also, you can see gravel roads are there, then there is a free space where the water can be again it can be percolated inside the inside the ground. So that is the reason why the imperviousness is bit less. The parks and garden, again here the imperviousness is very less, because 0.05, since the parks and garden is having the soil without having any kind of an impervious thing, so the most of the water, whatever it is going to flow, it is going to be get absorbed by the water. So impermeability factor is less. Now here A1, A2, A3 and AN are nothing but the different areas of the catchment, and I1, I2, I3 till IN, these are nothing but the impermeability factor surfaces. Okay, now here the impermeability and the area and the impermeability can be given by A1 I1, that is the area A1 is going to have the impermeability factor I1, A2 the area A2 it is going to have the some impermeability factor, area A3 is going to some have the impermeability factor. So the average imperviousness or the your average impermeable factor can be given by A1 I1 plus A2 I2 plus A3 I3 plus so on AN IN divided by A1 and A2 plus A3 so on AN. So it can be given as sigma AI divided by sigma A. So this is regarding the impermeability factor. Now next thing is the intensity of rainfall. The intensity of rainfall that we are going to express in mm per hour. The rainfall intensity is also dependent on for how many time the rainfall is going to occur in a particular place. It also depends on that. So the rainfall intensity can be given by the formula, we call it as a general formula, which is going to be which is the general formula or US Ministry of Health formula. Okay, so here it is going to utilize a formula in order to in order to show the rainfall intensity. It is 25.4 divided into A divided by T plus B, okay, where Ri is nothing but the rainfall intensity and T is nothing but the duration of a storm in minute, means how much time the storm is going to occur, that, or we also call it as an time of concentration. Okay, the US Ministry of Health has given for this rainfall intensity, they have given one formula 25.4 divided into A divided by T plus B. It is dependent upon the two constant, that is A and B. Now here duration of rainfall is nothing but T, small t. Here if the rainfall is going to occur for 5 to 20 minutes, the constant value A, okay, this constant value A will be 30, and if the rainfall is going to occur for in between 5 to 20 minutes, the constant B will be 10, and then 20, if the rainfall is going to occur in between 20 to 100 minutes, then the constant A will be 40 and constant B will be 20. Okay, so this is what your general formula is. And if the rainfall is going to be frequently is going to occur in one particular area, then Ri can be given by the formula 3430 divided by T plus 18 if the rainfall intensity is once in a, or the rainfall frequency is once in a 5 years. For storm occurring once in a year, then Ri can be given by 150 divided by T raised to 0.625. Okay, so if the rainfall is going to occur once in a year, then again it is going to have some other formulas, okay, that I will just let you know. Then if the for storm occurring in once in a year, then the rainfall intensity can be given as Ri is equal to 380 divided by T raised to 0.5, and Kuchling's formula for the rain occurring once in 10 years, it is R is equal to 2667 divided by T plus 20. For storm occurring once in 15 years is your 3048 divided by T plus 20. Now we are going to solve the problem by or calculation of a storm weather flow or a storm water flow by using the general formula. We will see one particular example on this. Okay, now here we are going to see one problem. A certain district of a city has a population of 50,000, means one city is having, or one district of a city, okay, a certain district of a city, that is one city is going to have a population of 50,000, okay, and it is going to reside in an area of about 40 hectares, okay, 40 hectares that city is going to is having, okay. Find the design discharge for a sewer line with the following data. That means they want to have the wastewater flow into the sewer line with having the following data, okay. Now rate of water supply is how much? 200 liters per capita per day, that is LPCD is liters per capita per day. LPCD, one person will consume around 200 liters of water in that particular city for a day. LPCD is nothing but liters per capita per day, okay. One person is of that particular city is going to consume around 200 liters of water. Now average impermeability coefficient is, just now I have told the impermeability coefficient, it is going to depend on the different surfaces. So average impermeability coefficient is 0.3. Then the time of concentration is how much? Time of concentration of rainfall is 50 minutes. Okay. Now the sewer line has to be designed for a flow equivalent to wet weather flow plus 2 times the dry weather flow. Use US Ministry of Health formula, and they have told that assume 75% of the water will be converted into the wastewater and it is going to reach into the sewer. Okay. Now we will see the solution. The sewage flow is 75% of the rate of water supply. What is the rate of water supply now? 200 LPCD. For one person we are going to give around 200 LPCD of water. Now in that 200 LPCD, now 75% will reach the sewer. So what is the sewage flow is, or the wastewater flow is 75.75 into 200. That is nothing but the 75% of the 200. So each person will generate around 150 liters per capita per day of the waste. The water will be supplied to him will be around 200 liters, but 75% of that 200 liter will be converted into wastewater. As here they have told, assume 75% of the water supply into the wastewater. So 200 multiplied by 75%, we are going to get per person per day he is going to produce around 150 liters per capita per day of the wastewater. Now therefore the total sewage, now how much is the population of a city is there? It is 150 per person. How much is the population of city? Population of city is 50,000. So total sewage flow of a city is 50,000 into 150. But we have converted this day into liters per second. That is, we have converted into this day into second. Okay. So one day is going to have 24 hours. 24 hours is going to have 60 minutes. 60 minutes is going to have 1 minute is going to have 60 seconds. Okay. So one day 24 hours. Okay. And 1 hour 60 minutes. 1 minute 60 seconds. So the total sewage flow per second into the sewer is, that is a dry weather flow, is around 86.8 liters per second. This dry weather flow is nothing but it is the waste generated from the human being. Now the rainfall intensity Ri can be given by 25.4 A divided by T plus B. Okay. Now here T is 50 minutes. Here they have given the time of concentration. This dry weather flow we have determined it. Now we need to find out what is the wet weather flow. When if the they have given the ground condition and all, depending upon that, how much quantity of water that is going to flow during the rainy season, or wet weather flow including the dry weather flow. Okay. Now here Ri is, here T is how much? 50. For 50, okay, for 50, how much A value we should take? It is in between 20 to 100 minutes. 50 is duration of rainfall is 50 minutes they have given in the problem. It falls in between 20 to 100 minutes. So A value will be 40 and B value will be 20. So here what is the formula? A is 40 and B is 20. Okay, T is how much? 50. So Ri is, if we calculate it, it will become around 14.5 mm per hour. If we convert it into centimeter, it will become 1.45 centimeter per hour. Okay. Next is we need to find out the storm water flow. Okay, Q is equal to 28 AI Ri. Okay, 28 AI Ri. Now 28 area is, they have given, how much they have given in the problem? They have given the area of around 40 hectares. So A will be 40. I is how much? I is impermeability coefficient is 0.3 and Ri is 1.45. So how much we have got into, if we multiply all this, we are going to get the storm water flow as 487.2 liter per second. Okay, then they have told one condition in the problem, right? The sewer line has to be designed for flow equivalent to wet weather flow plus twice the dry weather flow. So total sewer line, what is the quantity of wastewater will be flowing is 1 wet weather flow and 2 times the dry weather flow. Okay, 1 wet weather flow and 2 times the dry weather flow. Wet weather flow is 487.2 liter per second and 2 times the dry weather flow. Dry weather flow we have determined it as 86.8. So 2 into 86.8 plus 487.2 will give you 661 liter per second. So this is how we have determined the quantity of wastewater that is flowing into the sewer line. So today we have solved one problem on your storm water, your US Ministry of Health. In the next class we are going to solve the other problems related with the impermeability factor and all. Okay, so next class we will solve the problems. Thank you.